Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, and welcome into our Sukkah at Congregation B'nai Israel. It's good for me to be here to observe the mitzvah of dwelling in the Sukkah, and I hope that you feel for these few moments as though you too are in the Sukkah. During Sukkot, we are commanded, usmachtem, you shall be happy. It's a little odd to command an emotion. And so the rabbis say it's not about an emotion. It's about how we behave during Sukkot, the things that we're supposed to do to derive joy from the holiday. Being together with family and friends, celebrating, eating, drinking, and all sorts of wonderful things that we're supposed to do to enjoy this festival. The rabbis, though, taught moderation in all things. And on this festival, when we're commanded to rejoice, to be happy, to feast, and a feast in biblical and rabbinic Hebrew is often mishteh, which means like a lot of drinking. It's based on the root to drink. The rabbis were concerned that we might take that to excess. In fact, the Talmud teaches every scholar who feasts much in every place eventually destroys his home, widows his wife, orphans his young, forgets his learning, and becomes involved in many quarrels. His words are unheeded, and he desecrates the name of heaven and the name of his teacher and the name of his father, and causes an evil name for himself, his children, and his children's children until the end of time. Now that is quite a curse for over-rejoicing. Rabbi Mark Katz writes in the Musar Torah commentary about the portion that we read on Sukkot morning, if those texts do not scare you into acting with moderation, our tradition still has an addition tool to employ. Built into the fabric of our Sukkot celebration is the command to be generous. During Sukkot, as we come into a fragile hut, we notice and we're aware that we choose to spend time in this fragile dwelling. And then we can go back into our sturdy homes that keep us dry when it rains, and warm when it's cold, and cool when it's hot. And we know that millions and millions of others in our society here in the United States live in fragile dwellings, not because they've chosen to celebrate a holy day that way, but because that's the only dwelling they have. And we know that those millions are multiplied 100 or 1,000-fold around the world. And so on this Sukkot, let us derive joy from the ways that we celebrate the festival. Let us also temper our joy, on the one hand with moderation, and on the other with tzedakah, with acts of righteous giving, that others may share our joy at this season and always. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.